What's up, model brats? It's Special God here. So today we are gonna start a new what if called What If Deku Had Spider-Man Powers? Not Peter Parker's version of Spider-Man, but Miles Morales' versions of Spider-Man. So you might be asking, what is the difference between these two? Well, they are similar in everything, but except Miles has two things: camouflage and plasma blast. I mean, in the comics they call it the Venom Blast or the electrokinetics, which we see in the Spider-Verse movie, but I'm gonna call it plasma blast for simplicity's sake. So, without any further ado, let's get watching. So Izuku Midoriya, a guy who was born quirkless, is saddened when the doctor says that he is quirkless. But unlike in canon, where he just waits for the quirk to get, he just waits for his quirk to be activated. He trains. I mean, he wants something, but he doesn't train for it. I really hated that when we saw in the anime, because he had to waste 10 months to get a 1 for quirk just to get. But if we had trained when since childhood, he could have got it in the first month. Yeah, so he trains for 10 years. He was 4 when he started training, and he's 14. So yeah, he he's his body is pretty muscular. Let's say his body is at the time when all he finishes the rigorous training of 10 months, for the UA entrance exam. He has his skills are great because he learns martial arts. He has great reflexes and all. Because he doesn't have a quirk, he doesn't whine about it. And Bakugo, his friend, thinks him as a rival because he has great reflexes, and if he doesn't train himself, but if Bakugo doesn't train himself, Izuku might surpass him in terms of skill, but he doesn't have a quirk. But Izuku has something different: his technology mind, or I should say his thing for technology or gadgets. He makes gadgets using spare parts found in the alleyways. I mean, for, he doesn't buy anything. He just makes something using what he gets or in the alleyway, because he doesn't want to spend his mother's money on useless things for his fetish desires. So yeah, one day, so the story starts off at a basement, or you could say an hideout, where two people, one with a mustache, a glass, and a bald man, or you could say he's a doctor, and one guy whose face is destroyed and he needs a tube to keep his face concrete. They are talking about a spider, a mutated spider, which they have been working for over 5 years, and it's finally ready. And they were talking about it, and they went out. But then someone came in. We will not talk about who that someone is for now, because that will be important in the later episodes. But for this episode, nothing happens. So the guy who comes inside sneaks around, and he finds some important things. Not important, he just wants to steal something. But then he slips into a paper which was fallen below, and hits the tube which contained the mutated spider. And this created a crack enough to let the spider out of the tube and crawl its way outwards. Yeah, so there's no the guy getting bitten by the spider. He just goes out, and they don't meet each other. And the guy runs away because he broke something. He doesn't want to get caught and all. He's just a normal thief. He just wanted to steal something. But yeah, so the spider goes up and he finds himself in an alleyway. So the next day, and he waits there because he wants to be safe. If he goes here and there. He might be captured by those two people, so he wants to stay safe. This mutated spider has an intelligent level more than what humans could have. I mean, he's super intelligent. He can understand what human speaks and all. So you must be an animal speaking, understanding human language. So you must know how intelligent it should be. It has super strength, super agility, super senses. Two, he can camouflage as well as shoot beams of electricity, and he can use his webs way more proficiently. So the next day, the two people who were working on the spider came inside the room but saw the glass broken. They searched everywhere for the spider, but spider was long gone. So the man with the distorted face got angry, and well, he killed the doctor. Yeah, just like that. This will come into play later. I'll tell you how, but not right now. This will come into play in the last episodes of the series, but not right now. So the same day, Izuku finishes his school and goes to the alleyway in which the spider was. He searches for scrap metal or spare gadgets or spare metals, anything he could find to make anything. Then he goes into this corner of the alley where he sees he sees a tool, or you can say a screwdriver, a screw. He picks up and then he feels something crawling up to him. He really doesn't know what it is because he can't see it, and then it bites him in the hand. He just shakes it away. Then he sees a spider. He's like, what? A spider? Wait, I am bitten by a spider? He's he's terrified. I mean, he's gonna die or something, but he waits. He just goes out and goes home. He's scared. He doesn't want to tell anyone that he's gonna die because he thinks that if spider bites, he'll die. I mean, yeah. So he waits for his final moments, his body to react, but something different happens. His body is changing a rapid rate. I mean, not for the worst, for for the better. He falls unconscious to the ground, I mean to the bed. He sleeps, and the next day when he wakes up, his body is different. He's more bulkier. His senses have dialed up to 11, and for some reason, his body, he thinks he has something with him. He thinks he has something with him. He tries to unlock it, or I mean, try to know what it is, and then he thinks about a fire thing in his arm, and when he imagines it, then a spark comes in his hand. He's like, what? Do I have a quirk? Izuku thinks for a minute, then he remembers what the doctor said. This guy can never get a quirk. Then if I don't have a quirk, then what is it? He tries it again, and a spark comes out of his hand again. He thinks for a minute, but really doesn't want to know what it is because this school time is, he wants to go to school because time is up. So he goes to school, and during the lunch period, he eats, and then when going give the book, I mean, what do you say? Give the plate to the diner and go back. He senses a paper ball coming towards him. He ducks, and what he sensed was true. A paper ball was coming through him. A guy said sorry, and he was like, "What? How did I sense that? I didn't even see." Izuku was confused, and well, he went, and then he met Bakugo. Him and he were friends and rivals because Izuku knew martial arts and his agility was better before even the spider could bite him. So Izuku and he talked, and Izuku didn't tell Bakugo about his power. I mean, he didn't want to tell. And that day was the last day of the middle school. So yeah, then he went. The class finished. I mean, then there was the class where the teacher came and told everyone about the career paths, and the teacher sprung the application paper to the end, said that they wanted to become a hero. They wanted to go to a hero trade, and then everyone you started using the quirk, and teacher said that you can't use a quirk, and then Bakugo screamed, saying that you can't. Don't argue with these losers. They will be lucky to be as dealer's sidekick. And everybody started to scream at him. And Bakugo didn't mind. And then the teacher said that Bakugo was applying to you, and Bakugo was, due to his grades, he might actually get it. Everyone was silent. And then the teacher remarked that Midoriya was also going to UA. And this time, everyone just saw at him and says, he might have a chance, but the chance is too slim. And this time they don't laugh at him because Izuku is strong. He doesn't just stay in his normal form. He's more bulkier for some reason right now. And Bakugo can see that he is bulkier all of a sudden. He was bulkier, yes, but even he's way more bulkier. And this intrigues Bakugo. And after school, he doesn't blow the table like normal. He just smirks and says, "I'll be ready, Izuku." And yeah, no Deku because he can't defend himself. So after school, Bakugo brings up the question about him being more bulkier than usual. Izuku says that when he woke up, he was more bulkier than usual, and he didn't know how. He just said that it could be straining thing or something. And Bakugo said that he would be waiting at the UA exam. Let's see who's the strongest. Izuku complied, saying, "We'll see." And because, well, Bakugo knows that Izuku doesn't have a quirk, but he doesn't bully him because Izuku's determination is way more than what Bakugo has ever seen. This guy is strong, has physical qualities, and his agility is good, and he even makes gadgets. So he might have a chance to enter UA. He might have a chance to become hero. Not the number one hero, not in the number hundreds, but he can become a hero. That is his wish. He just wants to become a hero, not the number one, but just a hero. So Bakugo just goes home, and Izuku also goes home and takes the long way in this story, and then he senses something. A slimy thing senses something. His head is tingling. Alarming sound he only hears is coming out. It's screaming like he's thinking to move away. He does, and then he sees something at the same second. When he sights, he saw something attacking him. That was the sludge monster. "Well, I'm sorry, boy, but I would like to rest in your body." Izuku said no, and when the sludge villain attacked him, he jumped and stuck into the wall. He was like, "What the hell?" And the sludge villain was like, "Well, you are some sticky guy. It would be good to have you, and I might use your quirk." Izuku was like, "Sticky, wall sticky, what?" Then the slug monster attacked again, and Izuku jumped, and he just moved his hand into spider-like form, or you can say a rock star form, and then web came out of his hand. It stick to the villain, and then he remembered something. His electricity power. He just concentrated on the web, and when he released it, the electricity power went through the web, shocking and paralyzing the sludge villain. And when he threw off the web, he was like, "What? Do I have a quirk?" But the doctor said I was not having a quirk. He was mumbling about it, and then under the slump came a guy, a blonde hair guy, a big muscular guy. "I am here." He saw the sludge villain paralyzed, not able to move. He asked the guy, "Excuse me, young man, is this your doing?" He said, "All Might." Izuku was surprised to see his favorite hero in front of him, and then he saw All Might's face was being serious, and he went into a silent mood and said, "Yeah, I'm sorry." All Might says that it's no problem and thanked him for helping him, and he started to collect the sludge villain in his bottle, and Izuku helped too. And then when All Might finished collecting him the bottle, he signed Izuku's notebook, and when he was gonna go, Izuku asks, "Can I become?" Before Izuku could finish, All Might jumped, saying, "See you later, kid." But Izuku knew that a web thing would come out of his hand, so he just sticked to All Might's trousers, pulled him. I mean, All Might jumped out, but he stuck to the monster, and this pulled him against All Might. He was flying for real, and then he took a bow and catched All Might's leg. And All Might saw this and said, "What the hell are you doing, mister? Please leave me." And he's like, "No, if I leave you, I'll die." Then they both crash land into a building, and then All Might scolds Izuku for the thing he done. And when Izuku asks his question, "Can I become a hero without a quirk?" All Might smoke surrounds All Might, and then a skinny blonde guy came out of the smoke with blood coming out of his mouth. Izuku was like, "Are you an imposter?" Then All Might told Izuku to calm down and told him about a century that 5 years ago he battled a man which caused him to lead a century and he can't transform the puzzle time. And about your question, no, you can't. You may have a good agility and stuff, but you can't. Then this crushed Izuku, and All Might says to wait until someone picks you up and then goes down, and then he sees that he doesn't have the slime which he contained in the bottle. Then when Izuku was gonna go down, he heard an explosion from nearby. He couldn't see that far, but he just jumped because he knew that he had some weird power, super strength or something. He just jumped. He didn't even realize it. He didn't know that he had superpowers. He just jumped. And then he landed down without hurting himself. And then All Might saw him. "Hey kid, are you okay?" Izuku turned to All Might and said, "We don't have time." And then took All Might to his back and ran. The speed was incredible. Even Izuku couldn't believe it. He knew he was faster than what normal being could be, the Quokka's guy should be, but this was even more faster than he could have hoped for. In just a few minutes, he reached the incident where the incident was playing, earlier than in canon. So then he sees the sludge monster taking a hostage Katsuki Bakugo. The heroes were didn't do anything. Izuku puts down All Might and asks All Might if he could do anything. Then All Might says that he can't because his time limit is reached, and Izuku sees back, seeing that no hero can help him. No one can help Bakugo, and he remembers that because of him, Katsuki is in this space, and he considers Katsuki as a great rival. And without even noticing what he did, he just ran forward. Many heroes tried to stop him, but he just flipped around them and just started running. And then he threw his back, blinded the sludge villain, used his web to Bakugo's body, pulled him, and he caught Bakugo and fall down. The sludge villain came to come out of his blind side and tried to attack Izuku as well as the half conscious Bakugo. But then All Might came and rescued both of them using a smash, which changed the weather. And when Katsuki told that he didn't need his help, and they both go their separate ways. And then All Might comes when Izuku was going home and asks him that he would be his successor, and telling about his quirk and all. And Izuku says yes, and that's where we're gonna leave for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Till then, peace out.